Join and save at Sam's Club, your local club, Boardman, 6361 South Avenue, Boardman, Ohio. It's Sam's Club. Join and save.
The Crane Room for your lunch and dinner rendezvous. You'll enjoy their pleasant atmosphere. The Crane Room takes pride in their wide variety menu. Appetizers, sandwiches, soups, salads, entrees, pasta, and the best burgers in town. Newcastle's best selection of domestic, import, and craft beers from around the world, and the Crane Room features a 35-tap draft system. Ask about their daily specials that will please you every time. The Crane Room is located at 3009 Wilmington Road in Neshannock Township. Call 724-656-1553.
Let's talk with Norm.
We're with
Norm Lutton.
Norm, you're the owner of Crazy Car Restoration. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, it's a new company we're opening up. Originally, we was Lutton Auto Repair, and we're adding on a little bit. And we're trying to bring out some custom cars for people somewhere in between the $5,000 and $20,000 range, what people can actually afford today. Anymore, you know, all these cars are so expensive. We're just trying to make ends meet for other people.
That sounds great now.
But I've been fixing cars for over 35 years.
That's great.
So when you have a repair, big or small, call Norm.
Hi friends, I'm Gary West, and whether you find Augustine's Pizza at your local grocery store or at their restaurant in Newcastle, the folks at Augustine's Pizza hope that their pizza is always your first choice for any and all occasions. Bill's Bake Shop will make you happy. Bill Cast is the owner, and he and his staff keep the tradition going with all those bakery items that you remember as a kid. Just to name a few items, Bill makes cream sticks, cinnamon rolls, bear claws, cream horns, cannoli, cakes, pies, cookies, bread, pizza, and so much more. Bill's Bake Shop, located at 228 North Liberty Street in the Mahoningtown section of Newcastle, is open Tuesday through Saturday, 7 to 5, and Sunday, 7 to 2, closed on Monday. Bill's, where smiles are everywhere. Call 724-654-4223.
The Beanery Depot and Deli. Coffee, made-to-order subs, snacks, and more. Meatball sandwiches, fresh and hot. Pepperoni rolls, fish sandwiches, chicken, milkshakes. The Beanery Deli. When you're hungry for something special, and it won't cost you a lot of beans.
It's winter, so come on inside, sit down, grab a cup of hot cocoa, and watch NCTV45.
The Globe Leader, your hometown newspaper since 1880. Go to nwglobe.com to read fascinating articles. If you know someone who would enjoy this amazing publication as much as you do, why not give them a gift subscription? I am excited about getting this into the homes of as many people as possible. Please send their email address and we'll do the rest. Call 724-946-8098. That's the Globe Leader, your hometown newspaper since 1880.
Welcome to NewsWatch Weekend Edition. I'm Gary West for NCTV45. Glad to have you on board with us today. Hope you're having a wonderful weekend, and we've got lots of news for you in this episode. And Angelo will be in shortly to check complete sports and weather details. So stay with us. The Newcastle School Board granted an easement and right-of-way to Columbia Gas for a gas house on school district property on the North Hill of the city of Newcastle. That decision will bring in $25,000 to the district. That money is going to go into the district's general fund to help offset utility costs. The board also agreed to extend its existing contract for natural gas with Direct Energy for 1 to 3 years. The district should save between 18 and 20% of its gas bill, which translates to about $50,000 per year. Last week, we told you that State Senator Elder Vogel was reappointed chairman of the Agriculture and Rural Affairs Committee for the 2015-2016 legislative session. Now we've learned that he will also serve on the Banking and Insurance, Communications and Technology, Environmental Resources and Energy, Local Government, and Appropriation Committees. Those are all separate committees. That's a total of 6 Senate committees as well as chair of 1 panel. So he's got his work cut out for him. We'll have to get him on Focus NC in the near future. A Pennsylvania state trooper has found flags that had been stolen from veterans' graves at 2 Catholic cemeteries. Reported stolen were approximately 200 or more flags from graves in the 2 cemeteries between December 26th and 30th of last year. St. Mary's and Madonna cemeteries in Union Township were the 2 cemeteries involved. So nice work from that state trooper, which was unnamed. We have more news coming up for you very soon. Stay with us. When we come back after these important messages, we'll go to Angelo with a sports update.
They look like you should be able to find them in a lot of the bigger, more expensive department stores.
I love this shrug. This shrug is by far my favorite accessory with this clothing line. This shrug allows me to wear it short and sexy or long and a little bit more flirty and flowy. So the transformation just happens just very uniquely by flipping the garment upside down. So if I remove my arms, flip the garment upside down, losing that scarf and collared effect, but again, taking that scarf and transforming it to the lower half, making it long and sleek. Super simple.
All in a nutshell, 102 and 117 North Mercer Street in Newcastle. Visit Keith and Margot Jackson for that new look. The latest in women's and men's clothing. Treat yourself today. You'll be glad you did.
We have a great relationship with Main Street Clothiers and Custom Tailors in downtown Newcastle at 210 East Washington Street. And whenever you watch Focus NC, my wardrobe is furnished by Main Street Clothiers and Custom Tailors.
Thank you, Gary. And now it's time to take a look at sports. Last night, the Newcastle Red Hurricanes were at home, and NCTV45 was there. You'll be able to check out later on today the action and see it this week on Channel 183. By the way, they took on Seneca Valley last night, and the scores and all the high school scores will be on our blog. Now, college basketball this week, Westminster is at Waynesburg at 7:30. Tip-off. That'll be a good one. If you recall, we had that on last time. Pitt hosts Louisville at the Peterson Event Center at 4. Duquesne, who dropped a tough one to St. Bonaventure, will be at George Washington with a 2 p.m. tip-off today. And Robert Morris will be at St. Francis Brooklyn today with a 4 p.m. tip-off. Now, in hockey, the Pens are home to play the Winnipeg Jets on the 27th. And you might notice that this starts the second half of the season with the All-Star game here in the middle and that break. So watch for the Pens on Tuesday. And as I was saying, this weekend is the NHL All-Star weekend and break. The Pens captain Sidney Crosby will not play. Center Malkin is going to sit out the All-Star and probably will miss some of the upcoming games. Defenseman Chris Letang has also undergone a concussion. This past week they had tests, and we'll keep you posted on that. Understand that this is also the week for the NFL Pro Bowl, and that will be taking place this Sunday. Joe Hamilton has resigned as the Blackhawk Cougars football coach after 49 years. This is the second winningest coach in WPL history, with a record of 342, 170, and 11. He started his career at Blackhawk in 1976. Hamilton also coached at Midland from 66 to 68, New Brighton from 68 to 74, and Hempfield in 1975. He is 73 years old. Now, we're going to take a break and let you hear from some of the best sponsors in the world, and then we'll be back with Gary.
It's Little Johnny's Pizza 2 in downtown Newcastle with a great variety menu that you will tell everybody about. Chris Quiera, the owner, is here with more information.
Stop down and see us at Little Johnny's 2. We're located at 130 East Washington Street, or give us a call at 724-657-2210.
Tuscany Square Restaurant, 3470 Wilmington Road, where old world charm meets today's modern conveniences. You'll enjoy their spacious, comfortable seating, their fresh ingredients that go into making every dish, whether it's pizza or that just right entree. Tuscany Square Restaurant, they're here to serve you. Call 724-654-3065. Joshua Sun Rehabilitation Center. From the moment you arrive, you know that you're in the right place. Dr. John Wrightson listens first. He pays attention to detail and then makes the determination. Joshua Sun Rehabilitation. We make the pain go away.
Whether it's a scheduled appointment or same-day service, DiCaprio Carpet Cleaning offers 24/7 service for commercial, industrial, and residential, as well as fire and water damage restoration. Using state-of-the-art technology, DiCaprio Carpet Cleaning experts are ready to professionally clean your carpet today. Call DiCaprio Carpet Cleaning for a free in-home estimate. Thank you for making us Lawrence and Mercer County's largest carpet cleaner.
And remember, nobody gets your carpet cleaner.
It's Butts Flowers when you want a wide variety of flowers for any occasion. They also have a selection of fine gifts and more. Butts Flowers is conveniently located in downtown Newcastle at 120 East Washington Street. Call Butts Flowers at 724-652-7727 or toll free from anywhere, 1-800-443-7726. It's Butts Flowers in downtown Newcastle. NewsWatch Weekend Edition continues on this January 24th. Weather details are coming up in just a few minutes with Angelo. Blood work from the Mohawk School District given to the Pennsylvania Department of Health lab came back negative for mumps. It was just one student involved in that investigation, and it turned out to be a common virus and not the mumps. Students and staff with low immune systems are advised not to go to school until notified. The Pulaski Township reorganization meeting was held, and Sam Verano was re-elected chairman, and Lori Sneesick was voted in as vice chairman of the Pulaski Supervisors. Megan Ellison was reappointed township secretary-treasurer. Chad Adams, full-time police sergeant and officer in charge. They will continue to have their monthly meetings at 7 p.m. the first Monday at the Township Municipal Building. 1172 Route 208. However, the September meeting will be held the second Monday. And family, friends, and former band members paid tribute to Joe Rosick at the Confluence in downtown Newcastle on January 15th. Rosick was 42 years old and a resident of Edinburgh. He was a member of the very popular local group, the Laurels, for 21 years and sadly passed away suddenly earlier this month. Rosick was also the music director for Christ the King Parish, where he was a member of the men's choir as well and was a private music teacher. Donations also were accepted to benefit Rosick's wife and their twin 7-year-old sons. Our prayers and thoughts go out to the family. We have complete weather details for Newcastle and the Lawrence County area right after we take this time out.
The Land of Oz, located next to Subway on Washington Street, features unique clothing for that special design, one of a kind. Also, accessories of every sort. Team logo and school logo. Also, jeans, tops. For that special look, it's the Land of Oz, located in downtown Newcastle next to Subway. Car problems? Well, not for long. At Butch's Garage, we service vehicles 24 hours a day. Whether you need a tune-up, brakes, exhaust, or just basic services, you can call Butch's Garage. Jump starts, battery problems? No problem. Just call Butch's Garage at 724-651-8232. Whether it's time to fix the furnace, throw the salt, shovel the drive, it's Paul D. Weller Hardware. We have what you need. Whether it's time to get warm, make the macaroni, make the ravioli, make the pizzelles, throw another log on the fire, or get ready for Christmas. It's Paul D. Weller Hardware. Hey, let's go sled ride.
Hello there, folks, and now it's time to take a look at that weather. Yes, after what seemed to be a very seasonable week with bits of snow, and keep in mind, I kept telling you, if you come out of those high school football games last night, you better had that jacket on because it was around 20 degrees. Well, on Saturday, expect a slight chance of snow showers after 2 p.m. It's a mostly cloudy 34, and the chance of precipitation is 20%. Now, Saturday night, there's a chance of snow showers with a mostly cloudy low of 26, and the chance of snow is also 20%. Sunday, snow likely mainly after 1 p.m., cloudy with a high near 33, and a chance of precipitation is 70%. Sunday night, a low around 21, and the chance of precipitation is 80%. And when you start back to work on Monday, the snow is likely mainly before 10. Cloudy, high near 25, the chance of snow 60%, and Monday night, look for a mostly cloudy low around 9. Now, right after we look at the NCTV45 weather board for your week, we'll be back to Gary and have a wrap-up.
It's 2P's Thrifts and Gifts, 2626 Ellwood Road, for the best in giftware and original merchandise. Stop by 2P's Thrifts and Gifts. Check out their many treasures. Gently worn clothing, original items, one of a kind, and also furniture. Something for everyone. Men's clothes, accessories for the house. It's 2P's Thrifts and Gifts, 2626 Ellwood Road. Stop by. There's a treasure waiting for you.
NewsWatch Weekend Edition continues, and it's January 24th. And Angelo's with me for the wrap-up. And Angelo, we had some milder temperatures for January this past week, which was nice. But yeah, we still have some snow on the ground. But hey, as long as it doesn't get any worse than this. But
after this, you're through January. So
did you check the Farmer's Almanac? What do they say?
I checked the Farmer's Almanac, and I looked at my macaroni and knowledge, and I counted the little pieces of pepper in there, and it looks like it's going to be a normal February.
Yeah, we're just staying positive. We just got 2 more months, and spring will be here.
Yeah, after you get through February, though, it kind of breaks, because in March, anything could happen. It's like mez a mez.
Yeah, and
have good, have bad.
As my mother and grandmother used to always say, crazy March. So that's almost here.
And it makes sense because I was born in March, so you knew it had to be a little crazy.
Oh, I forgot. Maybe we should take a little trip away from NCTV45 for the month of March. No, you'll be fine, Ange. You'll be fine. But as I said, spring is almost here, and we just mentioned this a little bit in previous episodes that we have a spring fling planned in the near future. Anybody contact you yet?
Not yet, but there is a reality series that's airing where we're restoring a car. And that's going to be on. It's a benefit. And you'll have to watch. It's on 183. Plus, I want to thank, I got groupies. On Facebook this week, a large number of women, and
your wife doesn't care,
right? Well, they made the croissant stuff with spinach and sausage.
Oh, that's wonderful.
And one made the Chicago pizza. So I went back. We made bread this week in a crock pot.
He's referring to Cook in the Castle. Check that on Thursday.
And so, with all the football coming to the end and all the All-Star games, I said, spat, we got to have a little hot pepper here. So we stuffed our hot peppers with cream cheese and cheddar and wrapped them in bacon. Because everybody talks about those. They're not just for summer anymore. So head off to your local grocer, stuff them on up, wrap them, and then they're going to go wild over that. Plus, you know what? As I'm walking on the street, and this is what's so great about NCTV45, anytime on your time, one woman came up to me and said, I used to make city chicken on top of the stove. I'll never do it that way again, she said.
She was going to do it your way.
I used your recipe with sauerkraut. It came so awesome. That's the only way I make it now. So,
do you put anything in the sauerkraut to sweeten it up?
Yeah, but you have to watch.
You don't want to go overboard.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you. Use an apple, an onion, some butter. You'll be in good shape.
I remember one of my relatives put a little ginger ale in the sauerkraut. Did you ever do that?
No.
Yeah.
No. Maybe
you got to be careful. They can't put too much in.
Put a little whiskey in the ginger ale.
But, so Cooking the Castle coming up on Thursday. Be looking for that. That's a very popular program on NCTV45. And does that air on 183 as well?
Yes. Matter of fact, we aired duplicate shows last week. Last week was the Chicago pizza and the stuffed croissants. This week will be the stuffed peppers with cream cheese and bacon and the bread.
He gives you a lot of tips for cooking, so make sure you check that out. And a lot of our programming is on Comcast 183, so tell everybody about that as well. You want to go down the list of what they can see on 183?
Yeah. What we put out, and check this, because everything airs, you know, there's several ways to watch us. NCTV45.com, Facebook, Twitter. Some people watch us on Apple TV. Some people watch us on YouTube. Some people watch us on Google Chromecast. It's just, and then Comcast. That's like 8 different ways to watch us. That's why we've had over 600,000 views in a very short period of time, because they're literally watching us from Newcastle, in Newcastle, and all over the world. Now, we put out a viewer's guide, and I make sure that viewer's guide hits. We get the information from Comcast when we're airing on Sunday. I try to get the viewer's guide out on Monday. Sometimes I can get it out Sunday night. And then you're ready for the week, because you can catch us anytime on your time. You can set your DVR at home. And we are currently talking with DirecTV. We have quite a bit going on with them. Sometimes it gets a little cumbersome. I'd like to thank everybody that sent in their emails to nctv45@gmail.com. I get a lot of messages that way, and a lot of phone calls and everything. And thanks for all the kind words. Thanks to the county commissioners for stopping down, and you'll be able to watch them this week. There's been, at any one time, there's been so many people coming in and out the office, and it's nice. It's been really, really, really nice.
Give us a quick update on what's going on with NC Radio 450.
Well, first of all, we're on 24 hours a day. Secondly, we're developing our programming on there, and there's different playlists, there's local bands. Occasionally, if you log on, and you would see that it isn't up, it's because we're doing a transition with moving something around, and it'll be back at you very shortly. That only happens like once or twice a day, usually sometime in the lunchtime, and then around 4 or 5 o'clock time.
And a lot of people ask me how can they listen to NC Radio 450, so I want to mention it again, how to do that. You go to nctv45.com, homepage, you look for the tab NC Radio 450, click that, it'll take you right to the radio side, and then it'll say click here to listen, and you got it.
And you know, we also have more of, as we're growing, we have a more national feature too. The Washington Outsider has joined us, and we have a tab on NCTV45 where you can read articles on the current national events of the day. That's with Matt Geiger, and Matthew does our Focus NC. He's been doing a fantastic job. So you could see the broadening influence and the real multimedia source that NCTV45 is bringing to Newcastle and becoming. So I want to thank all the viewers and all the readers and everybody else out there. We appreciate it. Keep sending in, keep talking, and it'll be great. I look forward to summer.
And at the time of this recording, we are 1 week away from the Super Bowl 49. So my prediction, Seattle. What's your prediction?
Seattle.
All right.
You know.
And don't talk about you know what.
No,
We don't want to talk about that.
Listen.
Don't talk about
You know.
I think you know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
So don't talk about it.
There's air.
No, he's going to talk about it. Hey, Jeff, help me out here. He's talking about it. Tell him not to talk about it.
I can't help it. You know. The talk about was air and balls this week, and what had air in them and what didn't have air in them, and you know they did say that in the cold the balls will become deflated, but
the physicists,
yes, but
they're all saying that, right?
Nobody's balls could lose that much air. That's what was said, and I don't like New England at all.
Neither do I. Neither do
So-
I. And I'm not saying Seattle's going to win just because I hate New England, but I really believe Seattle's going to win because they're the better team.
So I say get some Seattle coffee and settle in for a great game.
Sounds good. Sounds real good. Or some Angelo coffee, too. All right, that's going to do it for another edition of NewsWatch. That's the weekend edition for January 24th. And don't forget to watch Community Happenings. That'll be on Sunday here on NCTV45. I'm Gary West.
And I'm Angelo Perrotta. Have a great week, everybody.
It's winter, so come on inside, grab a cup of hot cocoa, and sit down and watch NCTV 45.